Greetings, superior beings, greetings, supreme being. Welcome to Universal Peace Television. Okay, so this is a pretty long broadcast. What I plan to do is download some uncopyrighted YouTube tracks. The video camera might hang once in a while, but I might screen share. And it's going to be an interesting broadcast. The part about Jewish people depopulating the earth is more at the end of the broadcast. And yeah, I might pause the speech engine when I come up with a good idea for universal peace to create a perfect society in which we all will live happily eternally. So now I'm going to switch to the screen sharing for speech engine.
Sinning Levitz 2 years ago, the New World Order can go die in a ditch, with the devil and his failed army of angel rejects. Share your blood. Don't share if they need dope. Lol. Because it sounds the same. I must eat all cannibals and then I will become all-knowing, when the amount of show use is high enough. Brain control, thought control, mind control, remotely controlling humans and animals, Malek patent, apparatus and method for remotely monitoring and altering brainwaves. In addition to channeling its information to display devices 24, the computer 26 can also produce signals to control an auxiliary transmitter 28. Transmitter 28 is used to produce a compensating signal which is transmitted to the brain 10 of the subject 8 by the antenna 4. In a preferred embodiment of the invention, the compensating signal is derived as a function of the received brainwave signals, although it can be produced separately. The compensating signals affect electrical activity within the brain 10. The closed-loop compensating system permits instantaneous and continuous modification of the brainwave response pattern. The computer 60 is programmed to determine a compensating signal, responsive to the difference between the standard signal and received signal. The compensating signal, when transmitted to the monitored region of the brain, modulates the natural brainwave activity therein toward a reproduction of the standard signal, thereby changing the neurological response of the subject. A profile of the entire brainwave emission pattern may be monitored, or select areas of the brain may be observed in a single measurement simply by altering the scan angle and direction of the antennas. There is no physical contact between the subject and the monitoring apparatus. The computer 60 also can determine a compensating waveform for transmission to the brain 10 to alter the natural brain waves in a desired fashion. The closed-loop compensating system permits instantaneous and continuous modification of the brainwave response pattern. In performing the brainwave pattern modification function, the computer 60 can be furnished with an external standard signal from a source 70 representative of brainwave activity associated with desired neurological response. The region of the brain responsible for the response is monitored and the received signal, indicative of the brainwave activity therein, is compared with the standard signal. The computer 60 is programmed to determine a compensating signal, responsive to the difference between the standard signal and received signal. The compensating signal, when transmitted to the monitored region of the brain, modulates the natural brainwave activity therein toward a reproduction of the standard signal, thereby changing the neurological response of the subject. The computer 60 controls an auxiliary transmitter 64 which transmits the compensating signal to the brain 10 of the subject via an antenna 66. The transmitter 64 is of the high-frequency type commonly used in radar applications. The antenna 66 can be similar to antennas 41, 43 and 45 and can be combined with them. Through these means, brainwave activity may be altered and deviations from a desired norm may be compensated. Brainwaves may be monitored and control signals transmitted to the brain from a remote station. It is to be noted that the configuration described is one of many possibilities which may be formulated without departing from the spirit of my invention. The transmitters can be monostatic or bistatic. They also can be single, dual, or multiple frequency devices. The transmitted signal can be continuous wave, pulse, FM, or any combination of these as well as other transmission forms. Typical operating frequencies for the transmitters range from 1 MHz to 40 GHz but may be altered to suit the particular function being monitored and the characteristics of the specific subject. The individual components of the system for monitoring and controlling brainwave activity may be of conventional type commonly employed in radar systems. As will be appreciated by those familiar with the art, apparatus and method of the subject invention has numerous uses. Persons in critical positions such as drivers and pilots can be monitored with provision for activation of an emergency device in the event of human failure.
It's 2 p.m.
Seizures, sleepiness and dreaming can be detected. Bodily functions such as pulse rate, heartbeat regularity and others also can be monitored and occurrences of hallucinations can be detected. The system also permits medical diagnoses of patients, inaccessible to physicians, from remote stations. Google.com/patent/US 3951134, Big Data. Musatsonation. I think the Jesuits are fucking the Jews and the Jesuits are fucking the Muslims and the Jesuits are fucking the Christians. They are fucking up everyone that is not a Jesuit and not a good slave. Depopulating to 500 million possibly in a world war over Iran-ISIS. And attempting to create a new world order to rule the world from Jerusalem, the Masonic hotbed. The calling cult. Porn. Oh, graphic. BJ and fisting compilation. It's like, we are the minions and they are our leaders. Truth. Air. Lowell. The Antenna 666. Google, Cooper, Bill. CIA's ISIS crisis. Watch my latest video, Ulrich B.C. Hoffman as a baby and young child Bofors and Amsterdam 1973-76, very cool because it is rare 8mm material from 1973 that shows Amsterdam and my father driving his Porsche Targa at Zandvoort, racetrack. My channel is youtube.com/Ulrich B.C. Hoffman. FFN. I'm on their controlled. Undo control. It's so heartbeat. Satanic pedo-Jesuits have tyrannized everything they could, the audio, microphone, of this broadcast. My hard drive, 2 terabyte, broken. My Windows Start menu. See my latest YouTube video, Perpetrators Erase Evidence, Voice of God weapon used to tyrannize and murder 7 billion Goyim, non-Jews, how to fix startup menu Windows 10. YouTube channel is called Ulrich BC. Hoffman. Prepare Stuxnet 2. It was only a Joe. Puffing on host. A Propopawful. 2016. Herb for me kitten. Herb causes global warming and the next ice age. They are ionospheric heaters, not coolers. Sex backwards is sus. Opposites attract. Sexes. Let's install a backdoor. Why not Windows register trademark? Walking the troops home. Blomard. RTL is JR. Armageddonism. Iran's nuclear dealer. Anti-polling and depopulations. Antonym of genocide, genocide people savior. Autogenocide is the extermination of a country's citizens by its own people or government. Holodomor Ukrainian, extermination by hunger or hunger extermination. Gulag Russian, TR. Gulag. IPA was the government agency that administered the main Soviet forced labor camp systems during the Stalin era, from the 1930s until the 1950s. The first such camps were created in 1918 and the term is widely used to describe any forced labor camp in the USSR. Genocide is a term revived and redefined by the political scientist R.J. Rummel, 1932 to 2014, as the murder of any person or people by their government, including genocide, politicide and mass murder. Rummel created the term as an extended concept to include forms of government murder that are not covered by the term genocide, and it has become accepted among other scholars. According to Rummel, genocide surpassed war as the leading cause of non-natural death in the 20th century. From Wikipedia, the CIA Vatican-controlled encyclopedia. Ethnic cleansing is the systematic forced removal of ethnic or religious groups from a given territory by a more powerful ethnic group, with the intent of making it ethnically homogeneous. 1. The forces applied may be various forms of forced migration, deportation, population transfer, intimidation, as well as mass murder and rape. Political cleansing of population refers to various ways of politically motivated elimination of categories of population in certain areas. The means of population forced migration to genocide.
So I'm gonna restart my computer.
Economic resources for commercial exploitation. Two given examples of this form are the genocide of indigenous peoples in Brazil and the genocide of indigenous.
So for now I'm gonna restart my computer. Something went wrong. I think they do it with HARP. It was also at the moment I indicated that HARP may be used for brain control and of course for torture, and that's what they usually hide with stories about better modification, geoengineering, etc. So it's snowing a bit outside. I'm gonna restart my computer and then I'll be right back for universal peace. So first I'm gonna bookmark this session. Let's see if it then crashes. Name this broadcast.
Synthetic telepathy brain control Jewish people depopulating the earth anonymous. More viewers.
Okay. Okay, I'll be right back. Universal peace now.